I'm very excited to be here today with Barbara Hernandez from Chile.
Mhm.
Please, Barbara, tell us, what's your story?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so happy for being here with you and share, I don't know, my story. But I'm from Chile. I live in the capital, so we don't have a sea, at least maybe 1 hour and 30 for the ocean. And I'm from a very, I don't know, a very hard worked family. So for me, all my life, just being into the water, just for go to the ocean was a tremendous privilege. So for that reason, I think I love it until now. The waves, the feeling for me before the Ocean Sevens or the Guinness World Record or even dreaming about swimming in Antarctica. For me, all my life just was just stay into the water and playing with the waves. Um, because when I was a child, with my father, we go from the we were to the beach and just playing with the waves. And also because our sea in Chile, all the Pacific Ocean, is very, very cold. Even in
Hmm.
summer, we just have, on the north, we have 17 Celsius degrees, and in the middle or in Patagonia, in summer, maybe 12 or 14 Celsius degrees. So it's very cold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for my US listeners, it's like between what, 60 and 53. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, in the summer. So
It's cool.
but did your parents swim? Like, when did you learn,
Not
how did you learn how to
actually.
swim? Okay.
No, they my parents were they was my especially my father was worried about my love for the ocean because I just ran into the ocean in cold water. So for my father especially, for my parents was I don't know, for they I must to learn how to swim. So they paid the from one teacher and for the swimming pool because in Chile, especially 30 years ago, was so expensive. Everyone, if you want to swim, you must to pay in a class in a special pool. Now, maybe 30 years later, we have more options, free options for the
Mm.
people. But in the beginning, was a very selective and maybe exclusive sport. And for that reason, I love now, like an adult, share the importance for the people because we must to learn how to swim, especially in this kind of countries when we have a lot of sea, a lot of lakes, a lot of rivers. So I work on that side, or at least I try with the authorities and the sport minister.
Yeah, it is so important everywhere. Obviously, it's what, 70% of our earth. but, but um but yeah, that's, I think, something that we're all as swimmers kind of fighting for, trying to get more people
Yes,
out there
yes,
safely swimming,
because
right?
yeah, you are right. Because the swimming or learn how to swim is a sport and this sport keeps you alive in
Yeah.
summer, but especially in winter and every season, and it's so important. But for the people, maybe for the authorities, they I don't know how they see this problem. Yeah, maybe they didn't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things. I can't even imagine being a government authority, but it does seem awfully important. So your parents paid for you to learn to swim. I love how you acknowledge it's such a privilege. I feel the same way. It's a very huge privilege to have opportunity to swim. So once you learned to swim, did they have swim teams, or like, what did you do? Did you just
Yeah.
have this skill? Like, how did it go
No,
after that?
so I learned how to swim, and the next step was staying to the club. But I never was the most fastest swimmer in my age group, or even in the. I never was the. I don't know, because when I was a child, I dream a lot with being maybe the from the Chilean team, and maybe one day in the Olympics games, of course, but that never happened. And I learned to swim and train just for love for the water, not for the medals, because I never won one, of course. So I love the water, the people, the friends, the spirit into the swimming pool. And also because my coach, he trained me for free, maybe, I don't know, 2 decades, because my parents, they can pay the class after the first years. It was so expensive for us. So for me, even for that reason, was a privilege again.
Mm. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
I I love the open waters. So I never was the most fastest swimmer into the swimming pool, but I always I was I trained for long distance in the swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was 17 years old, I tried my first time in open waters, in cold waters in the ocean here. And of course, was the neoprene was mandatory
Uh,
for the career and etc. So now swimming without the neoprene is my goal. Is my, I don't know, was my most important medal in my life, I think, because the Chilean Navy, now I can swim without the neoprene. I can go to the glaciers and can go and swim long distance. We swam maybe 1 month ago the first 8 hours at night here in Chile. In other countries, it's very, I don't know, it's very popular, the long distance and swimming a lot of hours. Yeah, but here in Chile, even if you are a woman, it's so difficult because
mm,
they don't believe, or maybe they don't know this sport so much.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. But
Yeah,
I
I
want to get
think
to
we
that.
are so far away from the other countries, because it's here in the end of the world is so difficult. You try at first maybe with 1 hour, then with three, then with four, then yeah, okay, with 8 hours and night, yes, and they say yes, okay, yeah, but you work for that.
I want to hear more about that. Take me back to your first open water swim. You said you were 17 and you had to wear
Uh-huh.
neoprene because it was
It was awful.
mandatory. Yeah.
I get a lot of injuries in my
Yeah.
shoulders, and the rash, and
Yeah.
I suffer because of the neoprene was expensive for
Yeah.
us. When
Yeah.
for me and my family, the most important thing is the education. So they work a lot just for pay my university. I'm psychologist from the Universidad de Chile. So that was the most important thing. And swimming, of course, yes, but not uh, they and me, we know I never even go to the Olympic games. So I must study a lot. So when I
Mhm.
swam with the neoprene was from the other friends, not mine, of course.
Yeah.
So was awful.
Yeah.
I cry almost all the career because it was so uncomfortable. Stay with the neoprene
Yeah.
and the no, awful.
How long did you, so you started, how long was like your first open water swim? And like, when did you start
No,
kind of swimming longer
my
distances?
no, for me now it was a short distance, maybe just 5K.
Yeah. Yeah. So you swim 5K in a wetsuit. And you said you had to keep wearing wetsuits like to,
No, 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 no.
no,
I
okay, okay.
tried in every different race. I tried not to use the neoprene,
Yeah.
but here for the authorities it was mandatory.
Oh, okay.
So even when I swam the Estrecho de Magallanes, the Magallanes Strait,
Hmm.
I used it, the neoprene.
Oh,
So
okay.
maybe 20 years later, maybe 3 years ago, I swam again the Estrecho de Magallanes, or the Magallanes Strait,
Yeah.
without the neoprene. So
Okay.
that for me is my first crossing. Yeah.
And how many years ago was that one that you were able to do it
Uh,
without neoprene? You said 3 years ago?
Without the neoprene, yeah,
Yeah.
3 years ago. Yeah,
Wow.
maybe almost 20 years after my first time.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were you able to like go somewhere else and do events so you didn't have to wear neoprene, or
No,
how did that go?
I started in the here in Chile, and then I try in the south in more cold waters, different race. It's very beautiful. Patagonia and the south of Chile is so green. You have the animals there. It's very beautiful. So for me, because I live in the capital, the only river that we have is a dirty river. So go to the clean river in the south, so green, so beautiful with different kind of weather, was my dream, and I started with that. And just when I finished the university, and I try and I dream with the English Channel, and that, of course, but that swim was in my mind maybe from I was 17 years old. But you must to have the support. Here in Chile is so difficult. Just talk about the open waters and show
Mm.
and talk about the other kind of swims, the long distance, the difficult, even swim with the snow in really cold waters. I work a lot. Now we are more and more swimmers, yeah, from long distance and also for the cold waters. But in the beginning, 10 years ago, I was
Yeah.
just me trying and
Yeah.
trying and trying and asking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that like? So you just had to like write letters and ask people, or like
Yeah, for
to,
support, especially
yeah.
for support. And I say, I want to be the first woman in swim the English Channel. And yeah, and everyone was, yeah, and okay. No, I can do that. But for me, it was my first time swimming 12 hours. I never can try in that distance here in my country because the
Wow.
authorities, they don't give me the permissions.
Wow. Wow.
So
So
I
what did
just jump into the 4 hours. 4 hours was my longest swim until 10 hours in Catalina Tunnel, and maybe 2 months later, English Tunnel, finally. Yeah,
wow. You
yeah,
just went for it.
was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So tell me how much, like, there's a lot of talk in marathon swimming about how, it's like 90% mental, 10% training. What's your
Yeah,
feeling
but
on
you
that?
must to train a lot, yes, because in the other way you got the pain on the shoulders and and your arms and your legs. Yeah, it's very painful if you don't train.
Yeah, I guess in my school of thought there's a lot of things we can do to save our joints and swim safe in our joints so we don't have pain. But tell me a little bit more about how did you prepare your mind to go from a 4 hour swim to a 10 hour swim?
I don't know. I think I'm a little bit crazy because now I think, oh my gosh, from 4 hours until 10 hours or 12 hours is a lot of difference. I think it's because I have a very good coach. It's the
Mm.
same from when I started at 9 with him until now. I have 39. So it's 30 years training together. So he learned a lot. He studied a lot of the marathon swims from UK, from Europe, from USA, and also my nutritionist, also my physiotherapist, because for all my team, and of course my team is they work almost for free because in the beginning I can pay it for this.
Hmm.
So everyone study a lot, and I did my best. I just try and try every single thing. If they say, yeah, you must do it from 30 minutes, yes, okay, I want to drink this kind of special, I don't know, supplement. You must swim 7 kilometers per day. Yes, I do that. I do that. So, yeah, it's the work team, I think. And my mind, I'm psychologist, and I work a lot with my thoughts, with the purpose, with the, of course, being the first or the first woman in from Chile, swimming this different kind of talent. It's a pressure, but
Yeah.
also it's beautiful because a lot of people see you, and with your luck, and you can inspire a lot of women from different ages, and that is the
Hmm.
most beautiful thing. So I think they give me the strength and the purpose and the focus. And of course, sometimes especially in the beginning, I was so afraid from the failure. Yeah. But then in the middle of the English Channel, I learned I must try until the end. Even if I failure in one swim and one cross, etc., is just that. It's a failure in the middle of the my beautiful life, and with many opportunities. I'm still being the same year playing with the waves when I was 6 years old. So I think the just trying is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. How do you follow an idea like that? Like how did you get the idea in the first place to do I don't know, was it the English Channel first or Ocean 7? Which one like what came first to you as like, oh,
No, I think because I was so afraid from the English Channel. So in that swimming in the middle of the night, I just thought, what happened if I didn't finish this swim? What happened with, I don't know, with my team, with my parents? And I can't breathe in that moment. Yeah, I was so sad. So I don't know. Was the feeling was awful. And then for 1 second, I saw my boyfriend in that moment, that now is my husband, with my friend, and I say, wow, how I'm so lucky just for being into the water. This was my dream for almost 20 years. Just now I'm here. I have the support of my family, of my parents. My team is there. I'm into the water. I belong to the ocean. So just try, and one stroke at a time. Yes.
mm.
And I really finished it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What did that feel like?
I don't know, was amazing, but also because it was my second long swim, so I get a lot of pain on my shoulders, and in that moment I know and I learn I must to train more, maybe in the different way. I don't know, but it was beautiful. Just to stay and just trying, and here in Chile was, oh my gosh, one, especially if you are a female swimmer, was so important for me and for a lot of female swimmers too.
Hmm. Hmm. So then when did you get the idea to do the Ocean 7?
I think after the English Channel, because I swam, my first swim was Gibraltar.
Mm.
Then we jump into the 4 hours until the 10 hours in Catalina,
Yeah.
and use Catalina here for the press and talk about the English Channel. So in that moment, I thought, oh, I have three from the Ocean 7, and I started here. Started to talk about this with the sponsor, with the press, with the social media, and try, because it's very expensive. Every swim is so expensive, and for us in here in South America, it's more expensive even.
Yeah. 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 So you started talking to sponsors and things. Did people turn up and they
Yeah.
wanted to support you? Yeah.
And I taken risks because especially in the beginning or even now, I put my own money, of course, in every swim. I try with the teams. The tickets is so expensive, so I take the risk and just pay the first part of the every inscription and
Mhm.
save the date, and then I don't know, figure it out how how to pay the
Yeah.
rest.
It feel like that too. Um, so Gibraltar was your first swim before Catalina. What was that like for you? Because you were
Beautiful.
able, yeah,
No,
you
it
did a
was
sort of
beautiful.
neoprene, right?
I
How
don't
did you
know.
get
I
the
was,
idea to do Gibraltar
but
first?
because here in Chile there was we is Tiburón Contreras is a shark Contreras. Yeah, he was the first swimmer in Chile, and he swam Gibraltar. he swam English Channel. No, no Catalina Channel, but yes, English Channel and Gibraltar. So I thought, but all this in the 80s, maybe. So I thought, maybe I can be the first female swimmer in this, maybe, because um, never saw a swimmer in long distance, the female swimmer again.
Hmm.
Only men's in the swimming pool, only men's in the ocean. And I was more young, so they just look me and they say, "You are so skinny, or so fat, or you are so young, so old." It was awful. The feeling was awful. So I thought, maybe I can do this. And also I can wait. The time will be my friend, so I can wait and work and finish the university and just build this or dreaming with this, but also work on this. So Gibraltar was a short swim. I just swam for 3 hours. It was a fast swim and beautiful. The color of the water, the temperature was perfect. I swam with dolphins. Very, very beautiful. I was nervous because of was my first international swim in this Ocean 7 or whatever. So yeah, but after the years, I think maybe I could be enjoy it more Gibraltar,
Hmm.
because it was the most, I don't know, it's the easier the word, but it was beautiful and perfect and so short. Yeah.
Thinking about, what you said about just like, like having this idea and then like, waiting and being patient. And it's interesting to consider like as a, I guess I have always kind of wondered, even when I started the podcast, just like, what is it just a certain type of person that like has this idea, like has these ideas and then acts on it? Or do you think that, we all have the capability that we just need the right inspiration? You know what I mean?
I have two thoughts because I learned so young. For example, I never been the swimmer from the Olympic Games, so you can not always you can do everything if you want something. Yeah, that
Hmm.
is okay. Yeah, it's painful sometimes, or another time it's very, I don't know, confusing. But I think if you are capable to see the purpose, because for me, never was about the medals or about the recognition or about the being the best. No, for me, always was the just the water, the feeling of the water, the sound of the water, playing with the waves, staying there, playing with my friends, training. I love the feeling, just feel my heart, feel yeah, I'm very in love with that sensation.
Hmm.
But so from that, I learned and I dream it. And I saw, maybe I can be, or I can do my best in the most hardest conditions. And I think that is my, I don't know, that is my purpose, my love. I love that feeling, just doing the best. And if that give you a Guinness World Record, of course, that is congratulations for that. But it isn't it? It's just the feeling and you and the sensation is into the water. For me, that is the reason. So of course we can try. For me, most important than the medals or the recognition is about your purpose. And of course the purpose can change. Of
Yeah.
course can change.
Hmm.
And you change and everything will be okay. And it's okay not always have the reason or have the purpose so clear, because the life is so messy too.
It is. Yeah. 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 I use that one a lot. Like, why exploring our why, why
Yeah,
we're doing
explain.
it.
I think that is okay. And also sometimes just embrace the chaos. We use that a lot here with my family. When you have a lot of problems or you are confusing, it's okay. Embrace the chaos. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. Yeah. Just try and, yeah, give your time, do your best.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that's a part of it too, is just embracing I guess
Mhm.
the moment that you're in, the and you mentioned it earlier too, as like the gratitude for the
Yes.
where you
Mhm.
are. I think the between like purpose and
Mhm.
presence
And
and
especially for us, because for us, the women, the females swimmers, or even the women, just the women, because we have a lot of pressure about the perfection, about the looking always young, always perfect, the best wives, the best workers, the best, and never the, I don't know, the just being you, not
hmm
perfect, just being you and enjoy your life and do your best or not, it's okay.
hmm
But for us, I think it's necessary to talk about that, talk about our bodies and embrace our bodies,
hmm
and even our age. I think it's so important that not to be perfect, not swim for being perfect, not swim for being the most, I don't know. Maybe for someone that reason is okay, and totally okay with that too. But I think for the oldest or for the different person, it's okay just being you.
absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about how you came to the. I mean, you said that the water's always cold in Chile. You love the cold water, but how did you end up getting colder and colder and colder?
I don't know, because I'm crazy, and also because for me, it's the talent. Is
mm,
I think there was a competition in Argentina in the glacier in Perito Moreno, and they asked me if I want to swim there. Of course, without neoprene, just my swimsuit, goggles, and swim cap. And for the first time in my life, I saw a lot of snow, real snow, because I'm from the capital, from in
yeah.
Santiago. We don't have snow. I never been in the ski center, no, because we can pay it for that. So I
Yeah.
never been there. And I always loved just the ocean. So I stayed there was, oh my gosh, and I must to swim then. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can, but I think it's the talent. It's just think about that, have the nervous, have the doubt, and just try. So when I get that feeling for the first time, was of course in the beginning was painful, because the water maybe has 5 Celsius degrees, maybe less.
Wow. Wow.
But then was, oh, I can breathe in this condition. And when I jump into the water was, maybe I can swim. I don't know. And I remember it just was my thoughts about my boyfriend, my parents, staying to the water. And then when I finished, I loved a lot. Yeah, I think I am a very friendly person. So I was, oh my gosh, I'm here. Oh wow, that is the glacier. Oh my gosh, I swim there. No, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. So I talk a lot, and I go out to the water like a duck. I don't know, or maybe like a penguin. Yeah, so difficult, the movement, the painful of my hand. I was with my hands here like a prayer. So it's, yeah, it's okay. Maybe I can try again. Yeah, in that minute, and seeing different kind of people, different bodies, different age, from the swimmers from Russia, from Poland, from a lot. Yeah, it was, maybe I can do this. We have in Chile a lot of glaciers. Maybe I can do this in Chile. And after the competition, I just tried here in Chile, asking to the authorities, sending letters. I'm a swimmer. I want to swim in that glacier. It's possible. I got a video here. That is me swimming here. You can see me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of work, but actually, I could it. I
Mhm.
swim in that condition. Yeah, I swam in that condition. So in that year, maybe 2014, 2 years later, will be the Winter Swimming World Championship in Siberia.
Mhm.
So I say, I want to go there. Maybe I'm good enough, maybe not, but I want to go. So I ask for help here in Chile, to the people, to the TV, to a lot of people. and I don't know how I paid the inscription, the ticket, the competition. And that year was the first time with a Latin American swimmer, because in the podium, because I won two races, the 450 and the 200, at zero point 0.5 Celsius degrees.
Wow.
So yeah, was hard, because again I jumped into the never see the snow in my life until swam in Siberia in the frozen river with a lot of snow. Yeah, it was. Yeah, but I think it's the adrenaline, it's the people, the people. If you swim in cold waters, the people is the best. Yeah, everyone is your friends. Everyone help you with the hypothermia. Everyone's help you with the I don't know, with tips for the recovery, for the yeah.
Do you like do ice baths or anything at home to help prepare for the cold?
No,
Or no.
because I'm thinking in the word in English, because but I really love the sun. I really love the warm waters. I really,
Mm,
but I'm the best swimmer into the cold waters, because I think my the painful the I don't know, my body know how to swim in that conditions. In warm
mhm.
waters, even if I love it, I suffer a lot. Yeah, I
Oh.
swam in Hawaii for the Ocean Seven in Molokai,
Mhm.
and it was hard with the sun in my head. Was my body is maybe for vacation it's okay the warm water, but for
Yeah.
a long swim I can swim in that condition. Yeah,
It was hard.
yeah, it was hard.
Which of the Ocean Seven was most challenging for you?
I think I can think in two, maybe North Tunnel, because I swam 12 hours until yeah, maybe 12 Celsius degrees.
Mhm.
So was so cold, and also because I get an injury in my leg,
Mm.
so was painful. Was so painful. I finished the swim, and also because the jellyfish is yeah the lion
Lion
jellyfish. Yeah,
Smith, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it's painful and it's awful. Yeah, but also for me or for my team, I think was Japan, the Sugaru Strait, because we were there 1 year and I can't even touch to the water. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was hard because it was a problem with the organization, with the yeah, was was a mess. So we it's a so expensive swim. Everyone here in Chile, in South America, the Latin American community was expecting that swim. And I never touched the water. So
Mm.
we came again to the Chile and was, oh my gosh, yeah, we must to try again. The last year, we finished the Ocean Seven with Sugaru, but what I was afraid for the maybe for the feeling of the failure, but not
Mhm.
just for me. I was thinking all the time in the people, in my friends, in the people here in Chile. So, but we get the finish.
Yeah. Take me to one of your favorite moments from one of your swims.
I think for me, my favorite moment is when I swam with animals. Yeah,
Mhm.
with dolphins, when I can, even when, if I can touch fishes, especially fishes in the middle of the night. I know I have a lot of friends, they are so scary about touch something, but for me it's I don't know, it's beautiful. The dolphins, the I don't know, and of course in Antarctica swim with the penguins. Yeah, they
Mhm.
are so fast, so beautiful. And I swam with the leopard seal. That was not so fun because I am scary about that. But I for a little maybe seconds I was into the water at the same time with the leopard seal, and then of course get me out to the water, into the boat.
Mhm. Yeah, that's really fun.
Yeah, but they are beautiful animals. Yeah, the
Mhm.
animals I think is the most beautiful thing, and also swimming at night. Yeah, I love the night. Maybe more than the sunny days. Mhm.
Yeah, the nights can be really magical for sure.
Really, because it's you and your thoughts, your heart, your team, the waves. When the ocean is nice, of course. When isn't it is the just the waves, and you try and just to how to breathe.
Right. Was there a point where your purpose kind of shifted to like trying to inspire more Chileans to swim in, to come swim? Was there a point where that kind of shifted for you versus it just being like your own, like, oh, what would that be like?
No, for me, I think was for my beginning because
Mm.
I'm always alone and I'm the only child. So I want to have more friends into the water with me, and I want to try to inspire different kind of women, especially for me, especially is the women, because I think we have more problem with our bodies, with the swimsuit, with the eight, and especially because the men they always are looking you if you are good enough, strong enough, and etc. So for me, that is one of my biggest purpose. Just show how you can swim in open waters. Safety, of course, is the first, but also just enjoy it. And you can go just for a bath, just go and back to the water, and that is perfect. And if you can or want to swim 10K, 1K, 20K, it's okay. I can show you or at least stay for you if you
Hmm.
have doubts or questions, because in for my beginning it was awful. We don't have nobody for ask here. Later, we learn how to drink or how to work with the hypothermia, with the long distance. In my beginning, I just drink water from the rivers, from the even from the oceans. Never get the bottle, yeah,
Oh my
because in the
goodness.
competition, no, I don't know, because in the competitions for me was so important because I don't know, maybe I'm not the most fastest swimmer, so I thought if I stop for drink or for the feed, maybe I will be the last one. So if
Right.
I drink this water from the ocean or for the river, I can do my best. Just water is okay. Yeah, la, la. So a lot of years after that, I learned I must to drink water with liquids or gels or protein or blah blah, and that is so important. So
Yeah.
but in the beginning, we don't no one. We don't have no one for us this, especially with the hypothermia. Later, I learned the importance from the warm liquids, from for the jacket. My first swim in Calafate in Argentina with the glaciers. I get maybe the same clothes, just the one jacket, the one t-shirt, and it was okay. I was frozen. So
Yeah.
I learned maybe I need my dry room, and maybe I need the special boots or good ones. No sé.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a hard learning. Was there anyone like that you ever looked to kind of internationally to like for inspiration or anything? Like, did you seek
In
outside?
my beginnings, I was of course looking in the internet, and I learned through the Ederle, the first woman to cross the English Channel, and then I figured it out with Nora Toledano from Mexico, and of course Jamie Monahan from the USA. And in that minute, with the internet, I'm looking for, but especially for women, because for men it's always different, and the men always say, "Yes, okay, maybe you can do this." But it's different with the female swimmers. They show you how to swim long distance, or they teach you. For me, that was important. And also because I have a friend from USA. His name is Scott Lotman, and her brother was a coach here in Chile in the 70s.
Mm.
So he was so important for us, especially in the beginning, because even with the light, the cream for the swimsuit, a lot of different, maybe different or small problems. But for us here was, yeah, again, I drink water from the ocean, so
Yeah.
I must learn a lot, a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good to find yeah, people who can give us the tips along the way. And thank
Yeah.
goodness for the internet, right?
Yeah. Maybe now, yes, because we have Instagram or the social media, but 20 years ago was maybe from email, Facebook. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you. What that when I think about, you highlight a lot, like the differences between like men and women, and there, I mean, there's an
Mm.
element of even sharing, but even just like like the experience, because I feel it too. It's like sometimes even in the stories that I record, it's like sometimes people just kind of recount their resume, and other people are really willing to dive deep into like what drives them.
Mhm.
So I don't know what my question is. I just think it maybe I don't have a question about it. It's just
No, but it's a good comment because it's true.
yeah, but I mean there's I've had a few stories like guys who's kind of dug in, like been a little bit more introspective, but maybe it just happens to them kind of later in life. I don't know. Anyway, that's that doesn't really matter. What about like do you have anything like kind of next for you? You've got it, Guinness World Records, Ocean Seven's done. What's driving you now?
No, I think I want more. And more for me means more swimmers into the ocean here in Chile. So, for example, this week we were with my father into the Congress, and I tried to talk with the Congresses and explain about the open waters, the importance, the why we must learn how to swim, especially here in Chile. We have an infinite ocean, the rivers, the lakes, and at least I try. Was very,
Hmm.
I don't know. They give me a medal with something, but for me, it was the feeling was I'm talking with the wall. Really, because I show the video, I talk about the team, I talk about the support for this kind of sport, because we are not Olympic athletes, but also we can make amazing things. We are so involved to the ocean, to take care of about the ocean, the people, the oldest people, not just about the youngest. So at least I try, but I don't know. Maybe yeah, and I work a lot with foundations. We created with my team my own foundation. So maybe one day I can work more with that. And now we are training because I want the English channel again, but double because it's so difficult and yeah, maybe even impossible, but I must to try. So I training a lot for that, and embrace all the different kind of emotions because the training is hard, is awful. Sometimes I'm so tired, and sometimes I must to be nice and happy for the other people or for the same congresses. So
Yeah.
I when we were there after 7 kilometers or 8 kilometers at the morning, I did my best, but I don't know. Even with the video and with the etc. But okay. So we are working with that. I'm working with because I want to go again to Antarctica maybe this summer for another distance, maybe the short one. But for me, the importance is talk about the oceans. It's not about the Guinness. The Guinness is okay because I can have support or sponsor with the Guinness. And
Hmm.
because here in Chile, everyone loves the the frame and the logo
Hmm.
and actually I have it here with
All
me.
right. Look
I
at
have my
that.
Chile. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
but for me, yeah, my Guinness is the people, is the people, and I the privilege again from the swim. Just go, I can go to the swim, I can enjoy the swim. I have my team, my family, my husband is part of my team. He work with the Chilean Navy, so we build the opportunities. Sometimes it's very hard the support, but
Hmm.
also I work with companies giving talks and like a psychologist too.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, you've got your hands full. It's interesting too. You're talking about going to Congress and telling them, like
I
the story.
try.
Like, yeah, yeah. Well, and I think it's so much bigger. Like, there's the learning to swim, obviously. Like, but like to me, the learning to swim, it's a stepping stone to the freedom in the water is the way I talk about it. But then there's just the more people that we have swimming, like you said, the more awareness we have of swimmable waters, whether it's the oceans or the lakes or the rivers. And it's like if we don't have people, everybody swimming, the rivers just get polluted and it goes into So I feel like
Yeah,
it's all connected and
yeah.
we just have to keep
And
fighting.
yeah, and I try to explain that. And
Mhm.
also because I think the sport minister, because I have the support from the sport minister, the maybe it's not too much, but yeah, okay. I'm very thankful about that. And of course my sport is not an Olympic sport, but we
Mm.
have different kind of recognition about the world. The people know who is the ice mermaid or the Chilean or Barbara Hernandez. So yeah, I don't know, we get that from the sport minister. But also I explain the same point, like you. And also I say it. If, for example, if we have a lot of swimmers or people into the ocean, the rivers, the lakes, in open waters, in the swimming pools, etc., of course you someday you will have the medals in the Olympic Games, the
Right,
medals
yeah.
in the yeah, you work for the medals. So yeah, but in the beginning you must to show how to swim to the people, yeah, all
Yeah.
the people, not just
Yeah.
the youngest people. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All the people too. I get that too. People, when I talk to people locally in my community about swimming, they're like, "Oh, do you teach kids?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but what about you? I want you to
yes,
swim."
you want to go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
people, and you have the power to change the life, because the people, the oldest people, when they learn how to swim, how to go safety into the water, even in winter, especially in winter, they embrace a different kind of life. I think really they
Yeah.
change the
Yeah.
spirit, the yeah.
You have a new tolerance for discomfort and then a pride in what you're capable of, and that changes you, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah, and
yeah.
and also you connect with people. Yeah, you have more friends, different kind of friends. It's not just about go to the parties. No, you can go
Yeah.
to the nature and find a new place and travel a lot, or maybe not. Just enjoy your beach, your lake, your river. Stay
Right.
there for you.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, but it's an authentic connection and we have to be really
Mhm.
vulnerable to
Yeah.
embrace it, and I think that is a good thing for humans to be
Yes.
doing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We must
Yep.
to just try and try again. Yes.
Yes. Yep. We'll keep trying. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Barbara. I appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, you are the best. Maybe thank you for the and congratulations, because you do a lot. Yeah, and work with the people, inspire people, or give the opportunity to the people is so beautiful. So thank you so much for your time, for the opportunity. I'm so happy, because for us, in the end of the world, this kind of opportunities means a lot, really.
Yeah, that's so great. Thank you.